by the quarterback, Abraham Barrow, but mixing in some pass and some run. But out of this pistol formation, move the ball down the field.
So yeah, it looks like the Democrats have some speed back there. You know, they're
two well-matched teams. That's what you really like to see, a competitive game in that sense.
These are the games you remember. You don't remember blowouts, you remember.
Exactly. Receiver on the far side is Tommy Pell. Low snap, and off far side, and over the edge near the first down marker. It'll be a close one.
Clark Anderson, the lead tackler.
Clark Anderson in on the tackle, and it looks like they got him just short. It'll be 3rd and under a yard.
It's 3rd down.
Something I've seen here that compared to other games, these two teams still running the quarterback back and forth from the sideline, back to the huddle. You're so used to seeing college programs now where everything's called from the sideline and you can just set up in your next formation. Two backs in the backfield. A handoff to Togny and a great open field tackle made by Mikel King.
See where they spot that, whether they're going to give him the first one.
Yeah, they're marking him short. It'll be 4th and under a yard. Mikel King, a fantastic open field tackle.
That's right.
It's 4th down.
They got no help on that marking there.
Kopet and Togny in the backfield. The offset left pistol formation. Pompel, the near side receiver. Hand off to Kopet, the big man pushing himself forward enough for the first down. It looks to be a pickup of 2 yards. And a first down for Lincoln at the 46-yard line. Kopet's now leaving the field. Conrad Kelsey now on. Sachin Cummings in the backfield for the Cardinals. 2 receivers on the near side. Off and Pemple. Togny has some open space on the near side. He had the edge and met by Trey John Williams. The tackle made at about the 35-yard line.
Nice job that time by the wide receivers to run those in routes and clear that space there on the flat.
Anderson was the lead tackler.
And that'll be enough for a first down. Pickup of 11 on the play. Togny will now head to the sideline.
Adonis, come here, bro.
Cummings and Jackson in the backfield. Jackson to the left of the quarterback, Barrow. Low snap, hand off to Cummings. Got through the leg tackle, then brought down by number 22, Xavier Russell. Pickup of about 2 on that play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
When she done, leave it alone, dog. I didn't even do that.
9 minutes until halftime. The Democrats leading 14-7 over the Lincoln Cardinals.
You gotta relax, have fun, relax.
And the one thing you have to factor, this is probably the last or one of the fewer hotter days that we have left. It's over 80 degrees or on the turf, so you're going to see a lot of kids coming in and out of this game. And Kopet's breaking through a couple of the Democrat tackles, and then Abel finally brought down.
Yeah, this is definitely more like summer weather here in Portland today, especially with the clear sky and the sun coming out hard.
Demarion Morris in on the tackle. It'll be 3rd and 4 for the Cardinals. And the other thing you have to think about, both these teams, not a large squad. It's not like you can just keep going through players. So these guys are going to have to stay hydrated throughout the entire game to try to beat this heat.
They go very strong on this near side of the field this time.
Trips left. A shovel pass over to Kopetz. He cuts it back inside, gets past one defender, lowers his shoulder, but he's brought down by Jeremiah Matthews, who stays with him and catches him by the shoestrings, enough for a first down.
So nice job to spread out that defense there and let Kopetz find that one hole that would get him that first down there.
That's a different look with the trips left.
Right, right. You think pass all the way.
Mm-hmm. Emmett Togney now checking back into the game. He'll be in the backfield with Sachin Cummins. A low snap again. Togney will take it on the left side.
Oh.
Almost made the defender miss.
Just as he was turning it on, the defender managed to grab him. Good, take his knees out there. And
Demarian Gates in on that tackle. And he came up, looked to be from his safety position coming forward on that one to make that tackle and meeting his man.
Yeah, often defensive safety look, and once he reads a run, he gets a go. He has the go to come up and make the tackle because the other men are often playing man for man on the receivers.
Now, if you're Lincoln, you're hoping you saw that because you run hard that way.
Right.
And you've got the boot to the right.
Yeah.
And we haven't seen a pass on this
I was
drive.
about to say, I wouldn't be surprised if we see a pass this play or next play.
You've got two receivers on the right side right now. That's Goff and Pemple. Pemple, the far receiver. Goff in the slot. Run to the left side. Cummings with it.
Yeah.
And we've got a flag on the field. So this one might be coming back. The tackle made by Jeremiah Matthews.
There is a penalty flag on the play.
We've got a holding call on the Cardinals. That'll back them up 10. It was 2nd and 8. Now make it 2nd and 18.
That's 10 yards from the spot of the foul.
That's 2 holding calls already. I don't know if there were any other penalties earlier in the game before I got here, but
It will remain 2nd down.
I believe there was one for a illegal pitch. The
Okay.
very first play for the Democrats, they pulled out some trickery, and the pitch was a bit more forward than sideways.
Yes.
Trips right, pistol formation. And now Kopetz will motion to the left side of the quarterback barrel. Flag on the play.
Got another flag? Ooh. Looks like they're talking about it here.
And I'm wondering if they thought, yeah, okay, it's going to be a false start on the Cardinals. And I'm wondering if they thought it was on Kopetz because of the way he shifted into motion.
Motion, yeah.
I didn't see initially anything on the offensive line, and that's just the first thing that comes to mind. Because as soon as he moved, the flag came out, and that's exactly who the referee's talking to.
Sometimes those backs, if they make a too much of a forward motion and don't go lateral, then referees will call them on that.
Kopetz, 6'4", 225, a wrecking ball when he goes downhill. This time he goes to the outside, and he's brought down in the open field. Jeremiah Matthews makes the tackle on that one in the open field, no less.
That was a good defensive tackle there because usually Kopetz is able to handle one player and get past him. It usually takes 2 or 3 to bring him down. So nice play that time by that. I think that was a tackle or tight end over there. Jeremiah Matthews made the tackle. Yep.
And that's an interesting play call because we look at what Cardinals calling time out here with 5:26 left to go in the first half. The Democrats leading the Cardinals 14-7.
Yeah, those penalties hurt them there. Put them way back, lots of yardage after gain. They're still possible to get a first down, though.
I was going to say it was just an interesting play call because Brady Kopetz has been more north and south, your power runner, and that time he tried to get on the edge.
So please stay hydrated. And once again, we ask.
And it's effective too. He's been picking up chunk yardage, 4 or 5 at a time. In a normal situation, ideally, just give it to him over and over and over again, and nickel and dime your way down the field.
Yeah, it's really hard to tell. Sometimes coaches have a series of plays in mind. They want the defense to begin to shift and respect certain spots. They'll have him run that play out, and they're really looking at something 2 plays down line. All right, so if we line up like this and our defense is going to shift, think he's going to run, hey, we got to pass over here, you know, take one of those backs out of the play.
That's what those halftime adjustments are for. Right? Set up in the formation in the second half, see if you can exploit something you saw.
That's right. I don't know if they have coaches up here in the booth somewhere looking and talking down there, but that's what they're doing. They're
3rd and 26 now for the Cardinals.
There it is.
Play action.
Oh.
Barrow hesitates,
Yeah.
and he'll be met by a bunch of Jefferson Democrats near the line of scrimmage.
On the play for the Demos by
Looks like he saw somebody and
Demarion Morris making the sack.
Looked like he saw somebody and started to look for the throw, but pulled back on it. That was just too much time at that point, and he had to bury it and try to get some yardage on his own.
Yeah, maybe just I didn't happen to see what was happening down the field, but maybe his receivers didn't have any separation. When he threw the interception on the other side of the field, no separation. He kind of just threw the ball up, and it ended up in an interception.
That'll get in the quarterback's head, and he wants to be very careful. And next time, maybe a little bit too careful that time, because I thought he might have had the outside receiver on the far side, might have had a couple of steps on his man.
Trajan Williams back to receive the kick.
Takes
Short
a good bounce.
one. Yep, bounces at the 20, and it'll be down at about the 16-yard line. The punt from Dylan Mangus.
For Jefferson, it's first down.
So now here's a chance for Jefferson with 4:20 left to go until halftime. They've got a great opportunity to go up 21-7, 20-7, depending on what happens on the extra point. But with how they've moved the ball against this team, they've had 2 drives ending in scores, and their 3rd drive, you couldn't even call it a drive. It was 1 play on a mishandled snap.
Okay.
Pito Gonzalez making his way onto the field, and now coming out there is number 14, Anthony Lambert. It'll be an I formation. Russell, the fullback. Mott Jr., the running back, spins out of a tackle, almost able to break free. But a tackle made by Abraham Barrow after a pickup of what looks to be about 12 yards on that play. Mott looked like he was wrapped up about 5 yards past the line, and he's still able to squeeze his way through.
Some of these smaller backs, you know, thin, smaller backs, they use their finesse, and, you know, they'll spin and look like they're going one direction, and they'll just kind of spin their way around through the defense. Keep those legs moving so they don't get tied up, and they end up getting, you know, 8, 9 yards out of something.
Twins formations. Corner dropping back, fair. Quarterback, keeper. Now he's stepping back. Wanted his receiver to go past the line of scrimmage, possibly for a route to bail him out. Miscommunication between the two, and he's able to throw it away.
Yeah, that kind of communication happens later in the season when the quarterback and the receivers kind of read each other, and the receiver sees, okay, fade off because he's not going to make a run, so maybe I can fade into a flat and find an open spot, and he'll see me.
Yeah, and it looked like Montreal Brazil on that one. I mean, it's a designed quarterback run, so you're thinking block the entire time, and just that momentary lapse. You know, he's no Russell Wilson out there. You don't have that type of connection. You just point, and the guy goes.
Yeah.
But
he
like
was trying to communicate it. He was trying to communicate it. So later on in the season when they get that chemistry down, who knows?
You're right. Give that a couple of practices and get to know your quarterback more. Twins again. Fair screen pass to the outside, bounce to Williams, and that'll be incomplete. That'll make it 3rd and 10 with 3:30 left to go. Only a minute off the game clock so far on this drive.
That actually reminded me of a trick play we had in high school where the quarterback turned and threw a bounce. Everybody froze because they thought it was an incomplete pass, but really it was lateral.
Backwards or lateral, yep.
You know. And
we tried to run one of those plays, I remember.
So right when they did that, it almost looked like he was trying to do it. I'm not sure, but no, it's a bit too forward for trick play that time.
Third and 10, a passing situation for the Jefferson Democrats. Togney now going out to cover the slot. The pass over the middle high, intended for number 9, Jalen Moore, and that'll bring up 4th down. Dylan Wanaga was there to possibly break up the pass if it was completed to Moore. So with 4th and 10, we'll get a punt from Jefferson. Tommy Pempel back to receive the punt.
Josiah Park Anderson in punt formation.
Josiah Clark Anderson, excuse me, is set to punt
At safety
for Jefferson. And now we have a late addition running onto the field. That's Demarion Morris. Clark Anderson gets a decent foot on it. It'll go past the 50-yard line, but takes the Lincoln Cardinal bounce all the way back to about the 40-yard line. They'll down it at the 41.
Wow.
But huge change of momentum on that punt.
Unlucky. That was almost as good as a return.
I was going to say, you only gained about 11 or 12 yards on that punt from where the line of scrimmage was initially. Unfortunate bounce for the Democrats. So can the Cardinals get it down the field and tie this game up before halftime? 3:18 left to go. And we've got a trips right pistol formation. Low snap. Cummings with the carry, jukes left and able to get past the defender and tackled after about a gain of 8 yards. It'll be 2nd and 2.
Nice carry that time to gain those 8 yards.
.84 right now here at Jefferson High School. Two-back formation. Togney breaks the first tackle in the backfield and met straight up
with three Democrats waiting for him there.
Dondre Fair. At the running back, excuse me, it wasn't Togney on the carry, it was Fletcher Jackson.
It's 3rd down.
But Dondre Fair laying the wood on that one. To go until halftime. Pempo and Goff, the receivers on the near side. Hand off to Kopetz. Gets past one and a shoestring tackle by Jeremiah Matthews again.
He might have got the first down on that second effort there.
And looking at the line judge on the near side, it looks like they're going to give him the first down. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 29-yard line.
So nice second effort there, kind of lunged a little bit there to get those extra yards.
Kopetz running hard behind that 225-pound frame. Cummings is the running back to the right of Barrow. Cummings has it and taken down in the backfield by Xavier Russell. Got right past the line of scrimmage. Past that offensive line, making a tackle in the backfield.
Yeah, Xavier Russell read that all the way. He was right there just waiting for that handoff.
Trips right formation. Brady Kopetz running back in the pistol formation. And Kopetz gets past the defensive line. He got some good push, spinning, still on his feet, and brought down at about, it looks to be the 18-yard line.
He might have another first down there.
And looking at the line judge on the far side, they're moving those chains, and that'll be a first down for the Cardinals. A fantastic run by Kopetz.
Another good run by him.
And right now, he's the Cardinals' best weapon, able to break through those arm tackles, as we've now gone under 40 seconds until halftime.
Yeah, and those runs off dive, off middle, off the dive there, those runs keep the defense tight, which sooner or later opens up an outside pass.
Wanaga and Goff, the receivers on the near side. Hand off to Kopats again. Juke moves past one, lowers his shoulder. He's still on his feet. He's bringing those defenders in the end zone. Touchdown, Cardinals.
Touchdown, Lincoln.
Yeah, it's just that's all effort there. Second, third effort. Just a will wanting to get past that goal line.
And that'll bring the Cardinals back within one. They trail 13-14 right now, pending this extra point by Dylan Mangus. And the clock was really ticking down. There's only 12 seconds right now until halftime.
Yeah.
And 2 timeouts for the Cardinals, but
you have an opportunity here to tie it. Yep.
Coach Caruso calm, cool, and collect with those timeouts as they get the touchdown. Here's the extra point. It is up.
Good.
And it is good. We've got ourselves a tie ball game with 12 seconds until halftime.
Uh-oh. Did we get a
14, Lincoln 14. There is a
blew a whistle? We got illegal procedure on Lincoln.
And Lincoln will get flagged. It looked to be a false start. And that'll back him up. So Dylan Mangus back out for the extra point.
So definitely had the distance for that. So easy. Just got to make sure he gets the protection.
Yeah, it almost looked like Jefferson got through that line initially. It could have gotten a hand on it. And it is good. So now we're officially tied at 14 all.
Jefferson 14.
Whether it's your first home, a luxury home, or investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to help you with your financing needs. Specializing in relocation and small business owner mortgages, visit jerrywilsongroup.com. Todd and his team at State Farm Insurance wish the Cardinals the best in the 2021 football season. For help with your insurance needs, visit Todd at Todd Hauser, that's HOUSER.com, or stop by his office, conveniently located next to the Barnes Road QFC. Well, the Cardinals tying it up with 12 seconds left. You can't imagine too much craziness going on unless there's a kick return, but neither team has really had any momentum to get a real kick return going.
I don't know if they have the foot. If the kicker has the foot, I think he will put this in the end zone. Just no return at all.
Dylan Mangus to punt.
Dylan Mangus will kick off.
Williams and Gates back to receive the kick. Both these teams 1-2 on the year, picking up wins last week. They want to keep that winning streak going. Here's a squib kick on the right side. Gates will take it. Running to the near side, gets past the defender. Oh, huge hit put on, and that'll bring out a flag. Gates cutting back across the field. There's no time left on the clock, and Gates will be brought down at the 40-yard line. Now there is a flag, 2 of them to be exact, at the 30-yard line on the receiving side. And even scarier right now is Trajan Williams, one of their star players, is currently on the ground. And I'm going to say that was a block in the back by Jeremiah Matthews.
I think I saw that also.
And didn't matter how that play ended. It looks like Trajan Williams is up and moving, so that's a positive sign. We'll see what the flag is. They have an illegal block.
They'll decline it. Yeah.
Jefferson, that'll be declined.
Penalty is a personal foul for an illegal block.
And that will end the half.
And that's the end of the first half. Our score.
So a little bit of excitement there with that cutback up from one sideline all the way almost to the other sideline. Kind of kept it interesting there.
I was going to say he probably ran over 100 yards on that kick return.
I'm sure he must have been aware the clock was out. Keep it alive as long as you can kind of mentality. Let's see what happens.
Well, it's 14-14 going into half. And Steve, I know you weren't here for the first couple of drives, but what did you see in this first half between these two teams?
You know, it's nice to see an even ball game played early in the season, so I'm glad I got to see that, you know. Saw pretty much what I expected from Lincoln, a lot of inside runner game. You know, their big man carrying the ball a lot of times, not too surprising for me. I do love to see more passing out of them, you know. And also Jefferson, you know, if I remember right, they were a big play team. You know, they're solid runners, solid team, but often their touchdowns come from big plays, and we saw one of those when I got here. So I imagine we're going to see a bit of the same the next half, you know. You know, it'd be nice to see them open up the game a little bit. Lincoln might open up the game a little bit. Now that they've scored on the inside, you know, Jefferson's going to tighten up. They might look to get to the receivers a little bit better. And Jefferson, you know, quick legs. A lot of players with quick legs. We should see some exciting plays come on.
Well, the Oregon Sports Beat is brought to you by Contract Flooring and Interiors, CF&I. Since 2003, CF&I's commitment to sustainability extends beyond our business practices. Driven to create high standards of quality in both commercial flooring and interior products, we deliver maintenance, style, and sustainability at your feet. Call Bryan Donahue at 503-525-3515 or visit us at cfthewordandi.com. I'm Brian Sleik. That's Steve Roberts. That's the end of the first half. We'll be right back in a few minutes with kickoff in the beginning of the second half.
How did you get it? You just patronizing us. Right. Even when I paid, I walked in and started about you pay us, man. So you man, they supposed to let you know just because you've been around here. Well, oh, no, you worked too. Yeah. You did a mini on Saturday, I remember. If you ever have to do that again, let me know. And you got another soldier. In case you need some soldiers. I got you. Yes, he did. He was like Mr. Graham. He was the Mr. Graham at the time. I get my boy and come up here at 2 o'clock in the morning. He stayed in just to help out. I hate for us to have that reputation. Go there, clean the bathroom. You have to do that again. I didn't even go here. I just, my kids went here. I don't want to have a bad rap. Oh, you did it way after they left. Yeah. Y'all doing a good job, ladies. Yeah. Good job. Yeah. Ain't no backup. It's another generation. Yeah, we got to get the cardboard cutouts in here, man. There's a whole bunch of people missing. You was up here that day, wasn't you? I saw you on TV. Yeah, man. Did you see it come down? I was driving here just as they was dragging it up. In fact, I haven't seen you
Play football?
They work out there tonight. He's scoring out walking up.
Yes, ma'am.
Ladies and gentlemen, a request for public safety. If you are in the area near the concession stand and you already have your food or drink and are not in line, we ask you to please return to the grandstand and do your best to maintain social distancing. Once again, if you're finished with the concession line, please return to the grandstand.
why he not playing? Why he not playing?
Is it one back there? Okay.
Tonight's game is sponsored by Wacker Remodel. When you're looking to remodel or upgrade your home, you want to work with a trusted, certified remodeling professional with 30 years of experience providing efficient, high-quality craftsmanship for all phases of remodeling. Call Scott Wacker at 503-539-9650 for a free consultation. Tonight's game is also brought to you by Sports Car Market Magazine. They're proud to support the Lincoln Cardinals. For 35 years, the Sports Car Market has been the complete insider's guide to collecting. From muscle cars to Ferraris, go to sportscarmarket.com to learn more. Well, as we creep closer to the second half kickoff, Steve Roberts and I'm Bryan Sleik. We've got your call for this afternoon's game, 14-all. And honestly, the Democrats only slowed down on their last drive. They scored on their opening drive. And then the Cardinals pushed down the field, threw an interception, and then fumbled immediately on the next play by Jefferson. Recovered at the 4-yard line for the Cardinals. They punched it in to take a 7-6 lead. And then on the other side of the field, Dondre Fair with a long run of over 45-plus yards, able to take it to the house and give Jefferson the lead at 14-7 at time after a 2-point conversion. And then the Lincoln Cardinals marched down the field with 3:30 left to go and punched it in with 12 seconds left, thanks to a hard-fought run by Brady Kopetz. And then the extra point kick was through to make it 14-all. And Steve, what are you looking for in this second half between these two teams?
You know, they're playing some exciting football right now, and I'm really anxious to see. I'm sure Lincoln's going to continue to run. They're going to go with their big man inside, you know, and then all of a sudden they're going to surprise you with a passing play. You know, they haven't gotten a good one off yet, I don't think, this game, so it's overtime, about time for that. And, you know, Jefferson is an explosive team. You know, you never know. Any play could turn into a big play for them, you know. They'll move the ball up the field, you know. They'll use finesse to get the ball up the field. They got a very agile and fast quarterback. But I've seen them play before, and then, you know, when things are looking bleak, all of a sudden a big play happens, and next thing you know, they're either scoring or they're right down there in the zone. So, you know, we're having a good game here. It's been an exciting first half. I'm looking for another exciting half of football. Yeah.
Two evenly matched teams going up against each other. Tonight's game for Oregon Sports Beat is brought to you by Jennifer Odell, the Oregon real estate broker for all all-star real estate services. Call your MVP, Jennifer Odell. Sample at 971-203-4188. Reach out today to learn how your closed sale with Jennifer could benefit Lincoln High School athletics. Well, the Democrats took the opening kickoff, so the Cardinals, who deferred after winning the toss, will receive the second half kickoff. And you mentioned it a little bit. They use that power running game. And I think on this first drive, they're still going to keep using that. They don't want to necessarily give away their hand yet in the passing game.
Right.
Obviously, everything's been play action on their 3 pass attempts so far. But keep lulling that Jefferson Democrat team asleep, and then you know when to strike. And I'm sure that's what the coaching staff talked about at halftime.
Oh, yeah. And they've been doing a nice job of mixing up the look on that running game too. We've seen them run the ball with 3 wide. We've seen them run the ball with 2 in the backfield. You know, they really mixed up the options of the looks you can get on running that ball, and that really hurts the defense. Has a hard time reading the play. You know, oh, this is pass play. Wait. All of a sudden, he runs off the tight end there. You know, he gains 10 yards. You know, and so it should be an interesting half coming up here.
Yeah, it takes a lot of discipline for Jefferson because you just said it. A lot of the formations, they run the same plays and same motions on everything, and next thing you know, it's a play action pass over the top because you overcommitted.
And if you don't commit, that's when they get the big run. You know, it's you know, that's football though. It's all about strategy. You know, it's all about showing different looks, mixing it up, and then, you know, putting together the right series of plays to do a nice drive and score.
Both teams stretching before the second half kickoff as we're 2.5 minutes away. Whether it's your first home, a luxury home, or investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to help with your financing needs. Specializing in relocation and small business owner mortgages, visit jerrywilsongroup.com.
Beautiful day out here today. You know, I'm from Southern California. This reminds me of football in Southern California right now, you know.
I'm originally from the Midwest, so it's a bit muggier around this time, and then it'll get bitter cold. Portland is that nice in-between. It's over 83 degrees right now, sunny skies, not a cloud in sight. These two teams looking for their second win on the year, both victorious in week 3. Jefferson beating Ida B. Wells 16-12. Then Lincoln High School going across the Columbia River and taking down Fort Vancouver 34-0. And both of those solid wins for these new coaches to try to build something and set a culture for your program. I know, talking with Coach Caruso before the game, he's just talking about how, you know, this team, everybody's basically learning a new position from what the previous coaching staff had implemented. And this week they really made that turn, and he's excited to see where the team is going. And we've seen on 2 of their 3 drives end in touchdowns.
Yeah, it's often a little bit difficult. Not difficult. It's a challenging for first-year coaches. You know, they're putting in new systems. They're trying to get new looks. You know, they're wanting to keep what was working, but they want to add to that game. You know, so you know it's often challenging for them to get, especially some of the veteran players, to make some adjustments. But it looks like both these coaches are doing a nice job of that. Both teams look like they're doing pretty well. Good team play out there. Good sportsmanship.
And it looks like we're finally ready for the second half kickoff. Talking about some of the heat out here. We've got one gentleman trying to cover himself with the sheet of paper with the rosters on it and getting out of sunlight. Beads of sweat on the tops of heads right now. It's cooking out there, and the kids running around on the turf field. It can only be even hotter.
I know, yeah.
Emmett Togney and Tommy Pempel back to receive the kick from Josiah Clark Anderson.
Tommy Pempel is deep on the grandstand side. Emmett Togney on the far hash mark for Lincoln. Josiah Clark Anderson will kick off for the Dunners.
Well, let's see if this second half is as tightly contested as it was in the first half, as we're on our way. The high short kick will be brought in by the other Togney, and a great tackle on the far side by Dondre Fair.
Nice job by Dondre Fair to pick up that man quickly and write him down.
Yeah, Gus Togney on the kick return. So the Cardinals now have an opportunity to take back the lead after they had a 1-point lead earlier in today's contest. They led 7-6 at one point, fell behind 14-7, and tied it up just before the half.
So they go one wide on the near side here.
And now they split.
Nice isolation time. Sorry.
No, you're good. Emmett Togney takes it on the left side. Outside the tackle. Looks to be a pickup of about 4 or 5 on the play. Couldn't see who made the tackle. It'll be 2nd and 5. Two receivers on the near side. Actually make it 3 with the tight end down. And this is a heavy set formation on the right side. Pemple, Goff, and Togny, the receivers, with the tight end Conrad Kelsey down on the line. Fumbled snap on the shotgun. And he lost it. The ball is still loose, and jumping on top of it is Jefferson. And getting on top of that ball was number 52, Mark Williams. And an oh no play right there by Abraham Barrow.
So Jefferson off of a good good hustle there, was able to recover the ball deep in Lincoln's territory there.
And it was a broken play from the beginning. Barrow did not have a clean handle of the shotgun snap, dropped it, picked it up with one hand, and it looked like possibly as he was going forward with it, just slipped out of his hand. And now it's Jefferson football, 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. You couldn't ask for better field position.
Tough break by Lincoln. We'll see if Jefferson can capitalize on it, though.
I formation for the Democrats. A handoff to Xavier Russell. Xavier Russell.
Xavier Russell with the ball for the Demos.
And that's a pickup of about 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Jeremiah Matthews coming off the field. Looked to be a bit slow on that trot. So now Xavier Russell is moved up to the fullback, and Mott Jr. is now the tailback. A handoff to Mott. Tried to stiff arm the first defender and wrapped up and brought down by the linebacker, Gus Togny.
Gus Togny brought him down.
So the backs getting through the line very quickly, but being tied up once they get back there with the linebackers.
Pickup of about 1 on the play. It'll be 3rd and 4. I formation again. 2 receivers on the near side. Williams and Brazil. It's a pass for fair. Russell was backing up for him. Now he's going for the end zone shot in the back of the end zone. The intended receiver was Montrell Brazil, but threw it out of the end zone, incomplete. That'll bring up 4th down and 4. I mean, at this point, you got to go for it. Your kicking game isn't as strong as you would like it to be, and you're in such good field position. It'd be a wasted possession if you didn't go for it.
So looking deep that time, unfortunately, could not find a man, had to throw it long.
Xavier Russell was rolling with him, but backpedaling, not necessarily the best target to get when you're trying to pick up all those yards. Back to his defenders. Now we've got Twins formation. Both sides. Fair.
Yeah,
the quick slant to Williams. Past the defender and into the end zone. Jefferson takes the lead on 4th down, and now they lead 20-14 as Trajan Williams steps into the end zone.
That was very nice design play there. A nice slant in. The defense gave him room, so he was able to make the catch, and then at that point in time, his momentum, defense had no way of getting to him at the end.
Well, last time they went for a 2-point conversion with the extra point being blocked on the first time, and that's what they're going to do this time around. Mott Jr., the tailback. Xavier Russell, the fullback, in the I formation. 2 receivers on the far side. And it's a dive for Mott Jr. Did he get in? And the referees are saying he did not. Stuck up at the goal line by the defense of the Cardinals, and they'll keep him out. The conversion no good. It'll remain 20-14.
Coach is like, what do you mean he didn't get in? He's got his hands up, you know, he's kind of looking at the officials there. Nope, he's pleading without, no go this time, Coach.
It was a close play,
It was a very close
You
play.
can see why he's out there trying to plead his case.
It looked like momentum may have brought him over the line, but they stood him up. I always say, you know, it looks that way to me, but they're down there on the field. There's a line, there's a ref on that goal line just looking for that kind of play, so they got the better end to make the call.
He's set up for that.
Yeah, Exactly.
for that moment. Exactly. We'll take this time from Todd Hauser, State Farm Agency. Todd and his team at State Farm Insurance wish the Cardinals the best in the 2021 football season. For help with your insurance needs, visit Todd at toddhauser, HOUSER.com, or stop by his office conveniently located next to the Barnes Road QFC. Josiah Anderson is now set to kick. And another low kick. And Emmett Togney and Gus Togney can't figure out who wants it. Now Gus picks it up and brought down at the 15-yard line. And it looks like he was brought down by Harlem Carter.
Delarian Morris, the lead tackler for the Demos.
So the Cardinals not happy with their first drive ending in a fumble almost immediately.
Mm-hmm. Not getting a good return that time, so they start deep in their own territory here.
It'll be trips right with a tight end down on the right side as well.
Oh, the encroachment? No, now it is.
Now you're going to call the encroachment.
Come over here, bro. Nah, come chill with me. He was about to pour water on Adonis.
Jefferson penalized
The one that
5
said he
yards
wasn't
for
doing nothing.
Encroachment on Jefferson.
First down.
That'll make things just a bit easier for the Cardinals, at least on this first set of chains. It'll be 1st and 5 from the 20-yard line, and they're going to set up in that same trips right formation. Emmett Togney
I think they're
in
going
the
out
slot.
of I back. Is it slot I back?
It looks like they're in a
Lone
pistol
back.
formation.
Yeah.
And another penalty flag.
Again.
And again on Jefferson.
Give him the first down here.
Jefferson penalized 5 yards.
And it's like they've started their first drive all over again at the 25-yard line. Haven't even had a single play.
First down.
Looks like Cummings is the running back behind Barrow in the pistol formation. Trips right. Emmett Togney in motion. And off to Cummings on the right side. And gobbled up by Fair. And it looks like by number
Ryan
20,
Spangler,
Josiah
the ball
Clark
carrier.
Anderson.
Andre Fair made the stop.
Pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd and 7. Back behind Barrow is Brady Kopetz.
So you usually see a misdirection play off of this. There it is.
There it is, and a fumble in the backfield. And brought back in by the Cardinals is Josiah Clark Anderson, able to make the tag and convert into the tackle. Emmett Togney losing that handoff and fumbling it behind the line of scrimmage, and now it makes it 3rd and 15.
That's very uncharacteristic of Lincoln to have that fumble so close together like that, you know. Sure, coaches talking to them, take care of the ball.
Look it in. All of that. 2 receivers on the near side. Goff and Pemple. Emmett Togney upended by number 23, Jeremiah Matthews. Togney tried to go over the defender, and Matthews taken out his feet. And so with about 7:45 left to go in the 3rd, it'll be 4th down and 15.
So Jefferson doing a nice job. Despite the 2 penalties, they've been able to keep Lincoln from gaining yardage here.
Formation for Lincoln. Trey John Williams is the safety for Jefferson.
Technically only a net of 5 yards on the drive. Dylan Mangum. Back to punt. Oh, came close to blocking that one. Might have partially blocked it. Short punt, and it'll roll backwards to the 35-yard line before it's down by John Olaf Stedler. So 1st and 10 for the Democrats of Jefferson at the Lincoln 35-yard line. They lead 20-14 with just over 7 minutes left to go in the third quarter.
So Jefferson starting off their drive here with some pretty decent field position here.
2 drives in a row. Xavier Russell doesn't keep the handoff. It's Fair. Oh, and Fair fumbles it. Does he get back on it, though?
We'll see. What
and no, they're going to give it to Lincoln.
With the carry and the fumble.
And the recovery made by number 50, William Bosworth. And a huge change in momentum. Jefferson thinking they had it easy after the short punt by Lincoln, and then the ball is fumbled by the quarterback, Dondre Fair.
The fumble has been recovered by Lincoln.
And that was a bang-bang recovery, but it looked like Lincoln was just muscling it away from Fair.
Yeah. So again, you never know what's going to happen in this game here. You know, we've had some changes in possessions really quick here. Lincoln actually coming out ahead a few yards after a couple of plays on defense.
I'm sure that's not how Coach Caruso drew up the second half.
But they'll take it.
Exactly.
They'll take it.
Bunches right formation.
Bro, I'm on you.
Jackson was in motion. And Kopetz with the carry. He's going to be brought down by number 22, Xavier Russell.
Xavier Russell got there first. Make that.
Gain of about 2. It'll be second and 8. Trips left, Fletcher Jackson in the slot. Kopetz now to the left of Barrow. A shovel pass to Kopetz. It's on the ground. Did Jefferson just recover it? They did. Recovered by Jeremiah Matthews.
Gosh, we got a bunch of turnovers here. Who's going to come up with the ball next?
Matthews for the Demos. For Jefferson, it's first down.
You know, what type of turnover do you want next? I wouldn't mind an apple turnover right now, you know? Well, after the fumble on the pitch, the shovel pass, whatever you want to call it on that last play, Jefferson taking over at the 30-yard line.
So both coaches, guys, take care of the ball. Tuck that ball in. Get good hands on it.
Twins with 2 receivers on each side. It'll be a pass for Fair. And intercepted! Down the sideline! Dylan Owanaga pushed out at about the 40-yard line.
Fair's pass was intended for Joey Watts. Intercepted for the Cardinals by
and a huge change. Hey, how about another turnover for you there, Steve?
Yeah, that was a nice read by that cornerback there. You know, he read that perfect, was able to step right in the line of the pass, and also got a good return out of it to put the Lincoln Cardinals in the Jefferson part of the field right now.
Best field position the Cardinals have had in the second half. Just under 6 minutes left in the third quarter after, I'm losing track here, I think almost 4 turnovers in the last 8 plays maybe?
Yes, maybe less plays than that.
Let's see if somebody can hold on to the ball for longer than a couple of plays. And they almost had a flinching up on the front line, and I think they got the flag called on them. The hard count by Barrow causes his offensive lineman to jump, and that'll back him up 5.
It's still first down.
So an interesting third quarter we have in here. More turnovers than you would normally have in a game.
After how well these two teams are playing in the first half.
Right.
And another hard count. Goff in motion. The handoff to Cummings, and he's met by the defensive lineman. And it looks like Pito Gonzalez in on the tackle.
Jeremiah Matthews got there first for the Demos.
Slow to get up is number 22, Sachin Cummings. Oh, 2nd and 15. They're actually saying he lost a yard on that one. So 2nd and 16. And right now, it's no time to panic if you're the Cardinals. Right, you're only down by 6. You can still run the ball effectively with over a quarter left to go. The misdirection, Togney wrapped up near the line of scrimmage and brought down by Clark Anderson. And number 24,
Anthony
Zeron Burns.
Made the tackle. It's 3rd down.
Well, 3rd and 16. You would hope to see a pass play here from the Cardinals. We've only seen them throw the ball 3 times in today's contest. They'll set up with a trips left formation.
Quarterback's in the shotgun here.
Jackson in motion.
Good motion, man.
A low snap. Barrow gathers himself, throws it over the middle, and broken up by Dondre Fair. Hopping in front of the receiver, almost had his 2nd interception of the game.
Pass was intended for Connor God, broken up by Trajan Williams.
That'll bring up 4th down, and the Cardinals now set to punt. Trajan Williams back to receive the kick.
Formation, Trajan Williams at safety for Jefferson.
Oh.
And a bad snap. In trouble, a huge hit put on by Jefferson. Number 7, Demarion Morris just absolutely lays out the young man, Dylan Mangus, and he's slow getting up. The recovery on the snap for Jefferson, and it'll be a 1st down for the Democrats on the Cardinals side of the field yet again.
Yeah, it's a hard hit on that young man. Usually your punters don't get touched, you know, let alone taken down like that.
Certainly has the fans chattering now. I formation for Jefferson after the misplayed snap after the punt. Hand off to the fullback. A wide open hole. He's going to take this one all the way 35 yards for Xavier Russell.
There's that big play. You know, they always come up with this big play. That was a nice run. I don't know who opened up that hole, but he basically went untouched.
It looked like a bit of misdirection with the fullback dive right away. I think they were expecting Juraymont Jr. to get the handoff on that one, but the quick handoff to Xavier Russell from the fullback position, and it seemed like it caught the entire Cardinal defense off guard.
Yes, it did. It did. I think when they realized what was happening, his momentum was just taking him past players, and it was nice call there by Jefferson.
Jefferson now working with a 26-14 lead. They're going for a 2-point conversion to make it 28-14. Running off the field is Montreal Brazil. Preston Reed and Anthony Lambert, the receivers on the far side. They're going to go back to the fade to Williams. The one-on-one, and goes up and grabs it over the defender. The two-point conversion is good, and it's 28-14. Jefferson now leading the Lincoln Cardinals.
28, Lincoln 14.
Two nice calls by Jeff to kind of change the momentum of this interesting third quarter we're having here, where we weren't sure what was going to happen there for a while.
Well, since 2003, CF&I's commitment to sustainability extends beyond our business practices. Driven to create high standards of quality in both commercial flooring and interior products, we deliver maintenance, style, and sustainability at your feet. Call Bryan Donahue at 503-525-3515 or visit us at cfthewordandi.com. Well, more turnovers than touchdowns so far here in the third quarter. And the Cardinals just trying to hold on to the ball for longer than a couple of plays. They fumbled it, I believe, 3 times already in this quarter.
Tommy Penpel deep on the grandstand side. Emmett Togney on the far hash.
First high kick by Jefferson. It's going to be taken by Gus Togney. Lowers his shoulder, tries to go through a defender. It's met by Clark Anderson, and he'll also be taken down.
Clark Anderson, the tacklers.
Couldn't quite see who made that second part of that tackle, though. It'll be 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line for the Lincoln Cardinals with under 4 minutes left to go in the third.
So the Cardinals here hoping to put together a nice run here. They need a good drive here to keep themselves close in this game here. I'm sure they want to try to score before the end of this quarter.
Yeah, with how this offense is run heavy, you're going to have to put it into the end zone. If you can't on this drive, it spells trouble, and you're going to have to switch your game plan to something you're not used to. Kopetz, the run. Looks to pick up about 3 yards. He's met by a plethora of Democrats in the middle of the field. It'll be 2nd and about 7 to go.
Michael King first for Jefferson.
Michael King in on the tackle.
Lincoln lining up pretty tight here. One wide.
Offset pistol formation again on the left side. And met in the backfield and taken down. It was Josiah Clark Anderson coming off the edge. And it looked like Fletcher Jackson was the one on the carry. Loss on the play.
It's 3rd down.
Nice read that time by Jefferson.
It was 2nd and 7, and now make it, I believe it's 3rd and 14. Lincoln not having any luck here in the second half. Turning the ball over a couple of times and really just haven't really had any positive plays.
Yeah, it's been difficult for them. You know, all those turnovers on both sides there. It's hard to get into a rhythm here, and we'll see what Lincoln can do in this drive.
2 receivers on the near side. It's a pass play from Barrow. Corner route and broken up by Fair. No, he intercepted that. Oh, my goodness.
Did they give it to him?
He got both feet down. That's an interception right there. Wow, what a play.
Nice play that time. One-handed interception. He was able to bring it in, get both feet down before momentum took him out of bounds there. Nice defensive play there.
Dondre Fair coming from the middle of the field from safety position. The high throw following the receiver and just cutting in front of him, making these spectacular interception, and Jefferson set up for business now at the 41-yard line of the Cardinals.
So Lincoln's defense is going to have to do it for him the rest of this quarter here. We'll see how strong they can hold him here.
High formation. Mott Jr., the tailback. Russell, the fullback. It goes to Mott Jr. Tries to spin out of one tackle, but brought down by Abraham Barrow.
Graham Joshi made the stop.
Pickup of about 4. It'll be 2nd and 6. I formation, 2 receivers near side. Another handoff to Mott Jr. Got away from 1 defender, and Gus Togney won't let him go that time. A pickup of about 5. It'll be 3rd and 1 on the play, or on that play, excuse me. That sun continues to beat down on the people in the stands. If you're looking at the field, though, all in the shade.
Hey, players are enjoying this afternoon right now. We'll see what kind of momentum this helps them here.
They actually backed him up a yard. It'll be 3rd and 2. Still Xavier Russell in the fullback position in the I formation. It's a handoff to Russell. And he's stopped by the Cardinals, got back to the line of scrimmage, and it'll be 4th down. And taking a look at Dondre Fair, he wants to keep things rolling along, looking at his coach and spinning his hands.
Elliot Hendren, the lead tackler for Lincoln.
I mean, again, you're starting so deep into Cardinal territory. It's 4 down territory.
For the Demos, it's 4th down.
We click down, 15 seconds left in the 3rd quarter.
Okay, they go with an isolation on this side. We'll see what they do here.
Brazil, the receiver on the near side.
Oh.
Fair runs into trouble. Kopetz was on the edge, and Fair using his feet to get the 1st down and more. That'll keep the drive alive for Jefferson with 2 seconds left to go in the 3rd quarter.
That's where the agility of that quarterback comes into play and speed. You know, even though the play was broken, he was able to find that 1st down line.
And it looked like he was trying to roll out in our direction, the near side, but Brady Kopetz blitzing off the edge stopped that completely.
Yeah. Nice read by Brady to contain him, but he was still able to pick up the yardage he needed on the far side. Yeah, I think they were going with an isolation play, almost very similar to that the extra point play they got back there where they got a one-on-one on this side of the field.
Trajan Williams, the receiver on the near side. Looks like Mott Jr. is the slot receiver. Russell, the running back, to go with Fair. The snap, Fair can't handle it with one hand, keeping his eyes down the field. Now he's scrambling for his life to the left. Throws against his body, a high arching ball, but takes his receiver out of bounds, and Jure Mott Jr., he makes the catch, but out of bounds. It'll be 2nd and 10.
That's a hard pass to make when you're throwing across your body that way.
28, Lincoln 14.
And at the end of 3, that was our final play. It's 28-14, and what you could probably say was all Jefferson in the 3rd quarter, minus their, I think they had 1 turnover themselves, maybe 2. But it was Lincoln who caused 3 turnovers. All 3 of them were fumbles, and actually I think you add a 4th with an interception. And things just started to fall apart for Lincoln there in that 3rd quarter. How would you like to see them rebound here in the 4th?
Well, you know, when you come off of a quarter like that, you had some things went wrong because of poor ball handling, but you had some things, bad snap on a kickoff, you know, and then you have an outstanding play by the defense to get an interception. You know, this is a time where the team starts showing their characteristics. They got to shake that off. They know they can score against this Jefferson team. They know they can be back in it. They got to shake all that off. This quarter never happened. That's basically what you got to say. This quarter never happened, and we got to get back into this game.
Well, the defense going to have to come up big here. 2nd and 10 on the 25-yard line. Jefferson hasn't, I don't believe they've had a possession start on their side of the field in this half. And they've been set up for success every single time.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of things have, you know, despite the fumbles, despite the all the turnovers we've had, Jefferson has come out ahead. They come out ahead on a lot of these plays.
Xavier Russell, the running back, paired up with Fair in the backfield. Ball's on the ground, fumble and recovered by the Lincoln Cardinals, number 57 jumping on that one. That's Elliot Hendren.
Democrats with a fumble
One
on
thing
the
we can't
play,
say, that
recovered
Lincoln
by
did not get the
Elliott
opportunities they
Hendren
needed,
for
because
Oakland.
they got their share of fumble recoveries. They got their share of field
It's first
position here.
down
So,
for the Cardinals.
you know, let's see if they can make something happen to this. Something really needed. They need a nice drive here.
It just seemed like some miscommunication on the handoff right there. The running back didn't seem like he had it. Fair thought he did, and it ended up on the ground.
Yeah, the snap may have been a bit high. I'm thinking if that's a play, the snap may have been a bit high there, and that always throws some of the timing off.
Receiver each side. Low snap again, handed off to Kopetz and brought down by number 23, Jeremiah Matthews.
Brady Kopetz for Lincoln, brought down by Jeremiah Matthews for the Demos.
And Matthews has just had a nose for the football all day long. He's made multiple tackles, whether it's in the open field or in traffic.
Yeah, you always need that kind of defensive player there near your line or on your line, just to kind of contain things. Somebody who can read the play really well.
Pistol formation, 2 receivers on the near side. Koff and Tommy Pempel. It's a pass for Barrow. Has to step up, and he completes it to number 89, Graham Joshi. And it'll be pushed out of bounds at about the 23-yard line by Fair and by number 17, Preston Reed.
So a nice cross pattern there to get the man alone, able to make a safe catch there and turn and gain some extra yards. It's a good solid pass play they just ran there.
I believe that was Barrow's first completion on the day. Now for first down, 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. They're going to need more plays like that if they want to see themselves back in this ball game. They trail by 14. Elliott Togney takes this one over the right side, and a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Yeah, they're going to have to keep mixing it up a little bit. Try to get the Jefferson defense off balance there so they can then move inside with their big man to get longer runs.
It's 28-14 with 10.5 minutes left to go in the ball game.
Jefferson giving no cushion to those receivers, though.
Barrow, straight pass out of the gun, and he's going to be met by a bunch of Democrats and pushed down by Pito Gonzalez. And the pressure was put on by Demarion Morris initially.
Yeah, unfortunately for the quarterback there, you know, I'm sure he's going to go back to that huddle and kind of look at those linemen and say, you got to give me a couple more seconds back here, you know. Just
anything.
Because he took steps back and they were on top of him, you know. By the time he got his read down, he had to tuck the ball to protect it.
Wanaga checking in. Well, 3rd and 17 after the sack. Pistol formation, and Brady Kopetz is the back with Barrow, and a timeout called by Lincoln. That'll be their first timeout here in the second half. Well, there's not many plays drawn up for 3rd and 17, but what do you think Coach Caruso is trying to think up and draw up for his offense here?
You know, he looked the pass. They did a nice cross pattern over the middle there. They didn't, you know, it's not long enough yardage, but they know they can make that happen. You know, I almost would try to come back with one of Jefferson's own play where you get a wide man out and you do a slant in. You know,
get your best receiver alone in isolation and try to run the slant.
Run the slant there, you know, but, you know, Jefferson has been playing tight, though. They just haven't, you know, that play worked for them because Lincoln gave him a cushion. Jefferson's playing a little bit more tight on their receivers there.
When you're looking to remodel or upgrade your home, you want to work with a trusted, certified remodeling professional. With 30 years of experience providing efficient, high-quality craftsmanship for all phases of remodeling, Call Scott Wacker at 503-539-9650 for a free consultation. 3rd and 17 after the timeout for Lincoln. Pistol formation, 2 receivers and a tight end down on the far side. Snaps good. Barrow looking to his right. A high pass and coming back inside, and the pick by Mott Jr.
Might be an interception
receiver.
there, huh?
That is an interception right in front of Tommy Pompel. Pompel, excuse me. And that'll be Barrow's 2nd interception, 3rd interception correction on the day, and a turnover. Jefferson will have to start on their own side of the field for the first time in the second half after the interception. But right now they're sitting pretty in the driver's seat with 9:14 left to go in today's game.
So another big defensive play there by Jefferson. Unfortunately, there was not enough on the pass there. You know, Lincoln still looking for an opportunity. This is a real important step for Lincoln here. Their defense must hold them here. They cannot let them score on this drive.
Single eye back. It's a handoff to Russell. Through a couple of defenders and brought down by Togny and Barrow. Pickup of about 3 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 7.
So Russell demonstrating he has some power too, able to use a second effort to get some extra yards on that.
Good for him. I just saw him on the sideline getting stretched out while the defense was on the field. And now he's the single back again in Twins formation, but this time fair under center. Here's a handoff to Russell. Got through the first wave and near the first down marker. Looks like he has it. Pickup of about 7.5 yards, enough for a first down. It'll be 1st and 10 at the 50-yard line.
That's a Jefferson, first down.
And if you're Jefferson, you're really happy about that because that's keeping the clock moving while getting that first down.
Also, you know, him being successful in that run, that's going to pull some of Lincoln's defense inside, and they like to have their receivers open. Jefferson does. So we'll see what kind of play they run here, whether they'll keep that inside run, being successful, or whether they like to go outside.
Russell takes the handoff again, met at the line of scrimmage, and he won't get much farther than that. Gus Togny in on the tackle, along with number 57 on the play, Elliot Hendren.
Made the stop.
So Lincoln made an adjustment that time, was able to hold him for little yardage or any yardage. Looks like his ball's marked almost where it was before in the line of scrimmage.
I mean, at Jefferson, there's no need for them to throw the ball right now.
Right.
With a 2-score lead, you want to milk that clock for as much as you can. Fair back in the shotgun. 2 receivers each side. Fair's going to pass it. Slant pass to Brazil.
Slant pass again.
Shakes off a defender. Gets past another. He's got an opening on the far side of the field, and a huge put on by Wanaga. But a massive pickup for Montreal Brazil on that play on the slant pattern, and you talked about it. That's something that Lincoln probably should have gotten into. And Jefferson taking advantage of the slant through the zone. Big opening in the middle of the field leads to a first down. So they get it all the way down to the 25-yard line, a pickup of 25.
Yeah, what they do on that play there, they ran those inside plays so much that safety needs to stay home. And once that safety stays home, that slant opens up. If that man gives him cushion, he basically has a gap right there, and they're able to exploit it. That's what they did in those couple of plays they ran, that slant pattern.
Run up the middle. Reese Summers on the tackle, wrapping up the back. Gain of about 2 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Xavier Russell with the rush. Tyler Smith with the tackle.
Jefferson trying to pick up their 2nd win on the year, going for 2 wins in a row. Twins formation again. Xavier Russell, the back to the left of Fair. Snap brings Fair to his right. He's got to run for his life right now. Trying to direct his offense. Spins away for one defender, still inbounds down the sideline. He's still fighting his way. What footwork right there by Dondre Fair.
You know,
I thought he was dead to rights back at about the 20-25 yard line, and he still managed to get his way up to about the 7.
Bryan, you know, you're right. You know, there's something about athleticism, agility, and you saw it right there, you know, turning what should have been a play stopped at the line of scrimmage, turning it into a game.
First down and goal.
I mean, we saw him put on that speed on that long touchdown run, but man, that was some nifty footwork right there to stay inbounds and to avoid the defenders.
Yeah, a lot of stop and go, misdirection, spin. That's what makes that quarterback such a threat. They have to respect his running game as well as his passing game.
Lambert, the lone receiver on the far side. In the I formation, Russell, the fullback. Hand off to Mott Jr. to the left side. Trying to spin out of a tackle, can't get away. It looked to be Togny on the tackle. Along with number 2,
Gus Togny, the tackler.
Wanaga also on the tackle. As the clock now clicking down below 5:30 left to go in the game. Looking at that Cardinals defense right now, you got a player squatting down, trying to get his breath. Fair taking his time, getting back to the huddle. Second and goal from the 7.
Adonis tried to use him one time.
Nah, they got 2 wide on each side.
Fair will take it from under center. Russell the back. They're going to pass on this one. And it looked to try to get a slant pass over the middle, but Fair taken down in the backfield as he threw. It looked like it was by number 65, and that was Riley Prince with the quarterback pressure on that one. I like the idea they tried to go back to the slant, but Fair, if you don't pull that trigger right away, you really have to think about going somewhere else with the ball. He also needs one of his teammates to fix that shoulder pad for him. There we go. Number 77 helping out there.
Looks like they call a timeout. Is that what they did?
Yep, timeout called by
Timeout
Jefferson.
That's the Demo's first timeout of the second half.
Sports Car Market Magazine is proud to support the Lincoln Cardinals. For 35 years, Sports Car Market has been the complete insider guide to collecting. From muscle cars to Ferraris, go to sportscarmarket.com to learn more. An Oregon Sports Beat is sponsored by Jennifer Odell Sample. For all All-Star Real Estate Services, call your MVP, Jennifer Odell Sample, at 971-203-4188. Reach out today to learn how your closed sale with Jennifer could benefit Lincoln High School athletics. Well, not too much to really talk about in that timeout. I'm sure they took that to avoid the delay of game penalty with 4:49 left to go. 3rd and 7 from the goal. And what do you think they go with here, Steve?
I'm watching. Oh, another.
Back to Williams. Oh, and he can't corral it in. Had his paws on it at first, and as he was falling to the ground, could not corral it in. Good spot, though. We've seen Williams take advantage of that matchup a couple of times already today. This time, though, they come up empty. It'll be 4th down and 7. I wouldn't be surprised if they do something similar with Williams, possibly on the other side this time.
Liam Eldridge had the breakup for Lincoln on the play.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see what the other receivers come back to the huddle and tell them. You know, often receivers come back and say, "My man's playing me light." You know, give a look and then reverse field, look other side of the field, or give me a pump. And you know, different reads are going on out there all the time.
William Eldridge was the one there to break up that pass for the Cardinals. And now Fair will be in the gun on 4th down, 2 receivers each side. And Mott Jr. and Lambert, the receivers on the far side. We've got Williams and Moore on the near side. Fair. Swings it out,
Okay.
and Xavier Russell couldn't even see the ball in the sunlight. It sailed past him, and he was still looking for the ball. So that'll be a turnover on downs.
Was intended for Xavier Russell.
Yep. Yeah, Lincoln smartly went into a prevent defense. They basically kept a lot of backs all the way across the field, not leaving any holes open that time.
So with the turnover on downs, it'll be 1st and 10 from the 7-yard line for the Lincoln Cardinals as they trail by 14, 28-14. You know, with how this first half went, we really thought it'd be a much closer second half. And Jefferson, fortunate, those 14 points, they're coming off of a plethora of turnovers from the Lincoln Cardinals. They've had trouble getting consecutive first downs here in the second half.
Right. Yeah, Lincoln has yet to put in a good drive in the second half.
And Jefferson, encroachment for the 3rd time in today's game. And somebody is going to have to get a talking to the defensive lineman. You got to be watching the ball, not listening to the quarterback.
It's still 1st down.
It'll be 1st and 5 now for the Cardinals. If you're Lincoln, though, you're going to take any positive yardage you can get this late in the game. 4:40 left to go. Two receivers on the near side, tight end down on the far side.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if Lincoln comes up with a big play out here where they're looking to gain some long yardage somewhere in this series.
And the backup quarterback is now in.
Nice
and
run.
A nice run right there by the fullback, Brady Kopetz.
Is the ball carrier.
In now at quarterback is number 16, Liam Eldridge.
Stewart brought him down for the demos.
Eldridge, a true freshman. Getting some valuable snaps now behind center. Just hasn't been Barrow's day. He's thrown 3 interceptions, only 1 completion. So now you let the freshman the handles here with just over 4 minutes left to go in the game.
And we got a nice isolation on this side. We'll see what they run here.
Kopetz with the handoff going off the far side, puts his shoulder down. He's tackled by number 23, Jeremiah Matthews, and not Jalen Moore. Nice pickup by Kopetz. Looks to be about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 5. Jefferson secondary better keep their head on a swivel. Just because Lincoln's been running the ball doesn't mean that Eldridge, the new quarterback in there, can't toss it through the air. A low snap, misdirection. Here's the play action. Eldridge rolling to his left, gets hit as he throws, and it's picked off by Mott Jr. The 4th interception by Jefferson's defense.
Eldridge is the quarterback.
And Eldridge got hit as he threw on that play. And Pempel in on the tackle along with number 51, William Bosworth, after the interception by Jefferson.
Did we get a flag on the play there?
And it looks like it. The referees are talking it over right now. We have a face mask on the Lincoln. So add an extra 15 yards to the end of that run.
The penalty is a personal foul face mask penalty against Lincoln.
And my numbers might be wrong here, but that is
it's 1st down.
The 8th turnover for the Cardinals in today's game. 7 of them coming here in the second half.
Yeah, that's a tough one this late in the game.
Bring in a freshman quarterback and have him roll out across his body. Demarion Gates, the backup quarterback, in for Jefferson. Dylan Wanaga and Gus Togny in on the tackle.
And Abraham Barrow.
Looks to be a loss of 1 on the play. It'll be 2nd and 11. Gates, a freshman, so 2 freshman quarterbacks now out on the field. 1 for each squad. And they looks like they've got their jumbo package in there. 2 fullbacks and a running back.
Yeah, they do.
Hand off to Xavier Russell. Togni twists him down to the ground.
Russell with the rush.
Couldn't see who made the initial tackle. That was Liam Eldridge, who was wrapping up Russell at his feet.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure we're going to see lots of running plays now.
Yeah, with 2:40 left to go in today's contest.
Might see many more of those power running plays where you got a couple of blockers leading the back there.
Looks to be 3rd and 1, so you don't have to get much here, especially in 2-down territory, to get that first down. The handoff to Russell. Togni meets him in the hole and able to muscle his way forward. Iwanaga on the tackle. If you're Coach Stoudemire and the rest of this coaching staff for Jefferson, you have to be really pleased with your performance in today's game. They were worried about how they were going to come out with the minimal players on their roster, but they certainly performed against Lincoln.
Yes, they did a nice job, offense and defense. Some players playing both ways.
They're going to keep with that jumbo package. Gates will keep it himself. Around the outside, he might have it in the end zone, and he scores. The freshman using his feet, going for 6.
Touchdown, Jefferson.
And it's 34-14 now in favor of Jefferson. Just a simple QB keeper around the edge.
You know, you got to give credit to the line and to those backs for just protecting him all the way in. He went in untouched. They strung out the defense there. They were able to get clean blocks and make that an easy touchdown for him.
As a freshman on varsity, you have to be thrilled with getting that touchdown.
You can see him, he's still celebrating down there.
Getting some love from his teammate right now, and this extra point is blocked. And they blow the whistle dead.
Demos 34.
Dylan Iwanaga caught it in the air, but right now the score, it's a 20-point lead for Jefferson. They lead 34-14 with $1.50 remaining in today's contest. Whether it's your first home, a luxury home, or investment property, the Jerry Wilson Group, with over 100 years of combined experience, is here to help with your financing needs. Specializing in relocation and small business owner mortgages, visit Jerry with a J, WilsonGroup.com. Gates getting some love from the stands up here right now. Amazed that the young man, a freshman, able to turn on the Jets, get in the end zone, and extend this lead for Jefferson as Lincoln goes out to receive the kick.
It's always exciting to be one of those young players and getting in games like this. Also nice for the coach to get that experience early in the season.
So not only that, this type of experience has him going forward into next season.
That's right.
Fair's a senior.
Alan Smithy will kick
and if they trust Gates to run it as a freshman, then he's got a lot on his plate as a sophomore season rolls around, but he's got plenty of time until that comes around. High, short kick landing at about the 45-yard line, and Iwanaga able to jump on top of it.
Covers the kick for the Cardinals. For Lincoln, it's first down.
1st and 10 for the Lincoln Cardinals.
So let's see what Lincoln does here. This is a good opportunity for them to do some quick offense here. I imagine they're going to be looking at passing the ball more, stopping that clock whenever they can. Well, they go double on the weak side here.
And a timeout by Jefferson. Personnel was not on the field that they wanted.
Second timeout of the second half.
1:49 left on the clock. The sun is falling down now. Shade all over the field. Yeah, up here in the booth, though, we still got it right in our eyes. If you're Jefferson, you're just trying to prevent any type of big play right now after how well you've played in today's game. That's the last thing you need, is to end on a negative note like that.
I wouldn't be surprised if Jefferson falls back into a soft, not soft, but a prevent defense. Basically, they don't want anything to get past them. They don't want any plays to get past them.
On Thursday, October 7th.
Eldridge takes the snap, passing the ball over the middle, and his receiver fell down. Pass incomplete. It was intended for number 21, Parker Barnett.
Parker Barnett.
I'm telling you now what's about to happen.
And it just looked like Eldridge never had a great grip on that ball when he threw it. The clock will stop with the incompletion. So 144.
Exactly.
And it looks like the backups are now in for Jefferson as well in the secondary. Two receivers on the near side. Pemple and Barnett. Kopetz will take the run on the right side, cuts back inside.
Brady Kopetz with the ball.
And it looked like he was met by number 60, DJ Johnson. Good sportsmanship right there, picking up the ball carrier as we're now under 90 seconds left in the contest.
It's third down.
3rd and 9.
So opportunities here for Demos players who don't get much playing time to show what they have, show the coach that where they could be useful to the team.
Oh! What a tackle coming in. Josiah Clark Anderson taking the head off of Liam Eldridge. Fumbles on the sack, recovered by Jefferson. And that'll mark the 9th turnover for the Cardinals.
Yeah. He did not see that coming, and it really took him hard there.
I'm almost surprised that it wasn't a flag with how high he hit him up in the head area.
Is that a linebacker who came in late on that? Because he looked like he came in untouched. He had lots of momentum.
That was a linebacker coming from the weak side.
Okay.
And so Jefferson taking over. Demarion Gates will lead the offense at the 29-yard line for Lincoln. Gates the handoff to Gonzalez. Pito Gonzalez not going down until 3 different Cardinals players came up to try to give it their best shot. Iwanaga in on the tackle.
So a nice running play there, nice strong blast off of the tackle there. Good yard gainage.
Playing a little hog ball out there with Pito Gonzalez getting the handoff. Now Gonzalez will come off the field with having to replace his shoe. And Gates will take a knee, and that will end the game. The final here at Jefferson High School, the Democrats winning 34-14 over the Lincoln Cardinals. And before we sign off, Steve, do you have any final thoughts on what you saw in today's game?
You know, we had that one quarter where we had turnover after turnover after turnover, and basically Jefferson was able to recover from that, play a good game. Lincoln had a hard time getting back into it after that. You know, they just got out of sync, and basically nothing was really working for them after that point, and Jefferson capitalized on that. And that's why we have this mismatched win here. You would not have known this after that first quarter, but that's basically what happened here. You know, both teams played hard to the end. You know, both teams are out there playing. I'd love to see them match up again this year. It might be a whole different outcome.
9 turnovers for the Lincoln Cardinals being the main difference. Jefferson only had 1 drive in the second half that started in their own territory, so that's not a recipe for success for the Cardinals. That was Steve Roberts. I'm Bryan Sleik. Thank you for joining us for the broadcast on Oregon Sports Beat. We'll catch you next time.
Good job, Bryan.